What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and in this video, I've got something really special for you. I'm going to be telling you about the many different uses of toilets. That's right, prison toilets in prison. Now, I know this sounds like a really crazy video topic idea, but believe me, there certainly are a hell of a lot more uses than just doing that old number one and number two inside that prison loo while locked up. So it's with mentioning all of that, what do you say we just go ahead and dive head first, and no pun intended, into this video. And by the way, real quick, let me just go ahead and throw this out there. That video clip that you just saw right there, I do believe that was a guy who was trying to end himself while locked up. And damn, that really looked like it hurt. You know, like everything else that you'll come across while locked up, everything that you can get your hands on or everything that you have access to, you will definitely learn there's many different uses for whatever it is that you've got your hands on. Whether it's commissary items such as a shampoo bottle that once emptied could be used to keep cleaning supplies in, or even as a water bottle. Or whether it's things inside of your cell like your lumpy prison mat that could be rolled up, tied off with a sheet, and then used to curl with. Yeah, the kid's getting big. Even though that prison mat may not weigh a lot, it still could be used to exercise with. Hell, you could roll it up, tie it up just like you would if you were gonna curl with it, and then instead sit it on top of your bunk and use it as a punching bag to prepare for that inevitable showdown with either Peaches or Delicious. Get away from me! You better have your fight game stepped up if ever locked up. But just as there's many different uses for the items I've just mentioned, there's probably just as many, if not more, uses for a prison toilet, such as washing clothes. You know, it may sound a little disgusting and also hard to believe, but there are a lot of prisoners, and at one time myself included, who would wash their clothes inside of the toilet. Inside of that same toilet bowl that you would otherwise be sitting down on, trying to do the do. Ew. I feel like I just gave myself a brain aneurysm. Yeah, with as disgusting as it may sound, some prisoners will choose to wash their clothes inside of that toilet bowl. And this could be for a number of reasons. Maybe the facility they're locked up at doesn't offer a laundry facility for your whites and your boxers and socks. So one of the only ways that you could get those items clean is washing them inside of that toilet bowl. Now, of course, you could wash them in the sink or you could wash them in the shower, but for whatever reason, some prisoners, and again, myself included at one point, would choose to wash those items instead inside of that toilet bowl. And it's probably for the simple reason that down inside of that toilet bowl, you've already got water inside of there. You can put the clothes down in the water, scrub them, rinse them. Sometimes it's just a little faster washing them inside of the toilet. Whenever the water gets too soapy, just hit that flush button, hold on to your socks. Because in a lot of cases, prison and jail toilets, the suction on those toilets could literally suck your little Juni cakes down the toilet when offering up a courtesy flush. And what's a courtesy flush, you may ask? Well, anytime you're locked up and anytime anything drops, bloop, bloop. Hey yo, what's the courtesy flush? I heard it drop! Hit the button! Woo! Courtesy flush. That's what that is. Another use for prison toilets could be communicating with other prisoners in different cell blocks or cells. And the way prisoners will oftentimes go about this is by emptying the water from that toilet using a cup or anything else they can get their hands on that will scoop water with, and then dumping that into the sink until that toilet bowl is empty. And once that toilet bowl is empty, and if there's an empty toilet bowl in another cell or cell block, prisoners can then begin to speak through those toilets to other prisoners. In fact, I know of many times personally when prisoners would empty out these toilets and then be able to communicate with the females who were locked up. And I gotta be honest with you, being able to communicate with the females who are also locked up via those toilets, that's a pretty awesome thing. You ever had phone sex through a toilet? Hey girl, hey, what you wearing over there? You wearing that one-piece jumper? Ooh. Oh, girl, you wearing that one-piece jumper, ain't you, girl? Hey, this Peaches, boy, you so crazy. Note to self, anytime you're attempting to have toilet sex while locked up with the females who are locked up as well, always make sure it's a female you've got on the other end of that line. Another use for prison toilets includes cooking food. And I know that sounds absolutely disgusting, but believe me, it really does happen. Let's just say hypothetically we're locked up somewhere that doesn't have a microwave or any other sort of hot water, except for that lukewarm water that's coming out of that prison sink/commode contraption. And with that, we're trying to cook a prison meal for all of our prison buddies. Well, a common way that prisoners will go about heating up those prison meals and also keeping them warm is by creating some sort of a prison hose that they can run from that sink that will capture the water that's coming out of that sink and then drain that water down into the toilet bowl, which over time will heat up the water and then sort of make that toilet bowl like a little prison crock pot. Now you may be asking yourself, but Joe, why not just heat it up inside of the sink? And you know, that's a really good question that I don't exactly have a concrete answer for. Yes, in some cases, prisoners will use the sink the same way that I was just explaining that they would use the toilet bowl. However, there are going to be times where that prison meal just isn't going to be able to fit into that sink. Maybe it's too big. Maybe you're cooking for a bunch of your prison buddies. And also with trying to keep that hot water running constantly, you're gonna have to rig up some sort of a handle that you can wedge down into that sink and also keep that button mashed down for that lukewarm water to continuously be running. And with that, in a lot of cases, you're just not gonna have enough room inside of that sink to heat up and cook that prison meal in. And by the way, just to throw this out there, I mean, the food is gonna be inside of a chip bag. It's gonna be tied up with a little string. You'll have that string like a fishing line holding that bag right there center inside of that toilet bowl up straight. And then that string will be tied off somewhere. So it's not exactly like your food's coming in direct contact with that otherwise doo-doo water inside that toilet bowl. It's only coming very, very close to coming in contact with it. And you never know, maybe it's the doo-doo water that gives that little prison meal a little extra when it comes to the flavor of it. Another use for prison toilets, and I'm sure this one comes as no surprise, but prison toilets can also be used to hide contraband. Whether it's that knife that you've sharpened on your prison floor anticipating any sort of attack from Peaches, or maybe bagged up tobacco and other things that you're really not supposed to have while locked up. Prison toilets are a common place that pretty much every prison guard on the face of the planet knows about, that prisoners will oftentimes try to hide those items they're not supposed to have. But there is one very important thing to keep in mind anytime you're locked up trying to hide items that you're not supposed to have inside that toilet. And that is that when doing so, make sure that you don't hide them too deep inside of that prison toilet bowl, that when trying to extract those items from there, you end up getting your entire hand and arm stuck inside of the toilet bowl trying to retrieve those things. I can really imagine that's got to be an embarrassing thing. Prison toilets can also be used to work out with. Whether it's doing back arms off of the toilet bowl or doing push-ups off of the sink. I really feel like this chair is gonna slide out. In a lot of cases while locked up, you're not gonna have anything to work out with besides that prison floor and also that commode inside of your cell. You can also make tattoo ink using a prison toilet. That conveniently little included cubby hole for your toilet paper is a great place to burn chess pieces in the plastic from razors in an effort to collect the soot to then be mixed with water and alcohol to make you some prison tattoo ink. And just as I explained how you could cook a prison meal inside of that toilet bowl, well, you can also use that same method to cook you some prison wine, some hooch, some mash, some prison pruno, prison toilet bowl wine. Not hard to imagine where it gets its name from. Prison toilets could be used to light cigarettes as well. Taking two AA batteries with a broken razor blade on top of each of those batteries and then placing those batteries down onto that stainless steel as a conductor and then touching those razor blades together right there. I'm not trying to give you a kiss, I'm trying to light this damn cigarette. But you can take it how you want it. Prison toilets can also be used in another very obvious way, not only to store those contraband items, but also to flush them when it's time to get rid of them. Hey Joe, guards are coming right now. They got the frisky feelers on. They're getting ready to shake down. Man, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. Flush everything! I ain't got no contraband. What contraband? One last use for prison toilets that I want to tell you about that you may not know about. Just as you can use that prison toilet as a makeshift prison crock pot, it can also be used as a prison cooler to keep drinks cold. In a lot of cases, the water inside of that toilet bowl is gonna be cold. Or maybe not exactly cold, but at least cool. And with that, in a lot of cases, prisoners will store drinks inside of that toilet bowl water, that nasty old doo-doo water, just in an effort to keep them cool. Would you ever drink a milk box that was kept cool inside of a toilet? Hey, look, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about it. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted, nor ever find yourself in a situation where you gotta put all of these prison toilet uses to use. And also make the most of every day. Peace!